All right, here we are. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. We are live. Okay. We got some viewers. Hey, Scott, how are you, buddy? What's going on, pal? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Danica. Hey, hey, hey. All right, here we go. And let's see how my pipes are today. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Angie's Angles. It is January the 11th in the year of my Lord, 2024. This is a Angie's Angles pre-Hall of Fame podcast. We're going to be covering the potential nominees. We're going to get some feedback. I had some people drop in a couple of their comments on who they feel like they're going to vote for, because we don't agree with the Baseball Writers Association all the time. So we're gonna have to see where everybody stands. Let's see. I got 4 viewers. It looks like. All right. Hey Nick, what's going on? My voice is slightly a little better. I don't know if you all like my new peepers. I kind of like them. Makes me look a little studious, perhaps. Not really sure. Just got them, so I don't know. So let's get right into it. I posted on my Facebook page. Hey Tom, what's going on? Thanks for logging in. I appreciate you. So we're gonna run down the hey Lonnie. Wahoo. Oh, I can't reach wahoo. I can't reach the high notes yet, Lonnie. We're working on it, buddy. I appreciate you, Lonnie. And we'll get to you in a little bit later, Lon. So let's get right to it. We're gonna spend a lot of time on the list. So let's go right down there. I'm gonna give you the player's name and the year, what year they are on the ballot, how many years they got left. Mark Brooks, my brother from another mother. I am interstatal. What's going on, Mark? How are you, brother? So let's get right to it. So in no particular order, we have Todd Helton in his 6th year of eligibility. Billy Wagner's in his 9th year. Andrew Jones, his 7th. Gary Sheffield in his 10th. Carlos Beltran in his 2nd year of eligibility. That's Skanky A-Rod in his 3rd. Manny Ramirez in his 8th. Omar Vizcael in his 7th. Another Skanky Andy Pettit in his 6th. Bobby Abreu in his 5th. Jimmy Rollins in his 3rd. Mark Burley in his 4th. Francisco Rodriguez in his 2nd. Torrey Hunter in his 4th. Jose Bautista is his 1st. Adrian Beltres in his 1st. Bartolo Colon 1st. The rest are going to be all 1st years. Linda Stein, I am duo interstatal. How are you, Linda? Thanks for logging on. Adrian Gonzalez, Matt Holliday, Victor Martinez, Joe Mauer, Brandon Phillips, Jose Reyes, James Shields, Chase. He should be a Skanky for the way he played the game. Utley, and my son's all-time favorite, David Wright. So we're gonna go. Yeah, that's right, Nick. Let me see if I could do this. All right, see that? All right, I learned a new trick. If I feel, not that if I feel your comment is worthy, but if you have something to add, I'm going to put it here on the podcast. so everybody's able to see it. Hey, Nick, A-Rod's going to get into the Hall of Fame just like you and me, brother. He's got to buy a ticket, if you know what I mean. So right away, I put the ballot out there. I don't know if you did it. We still have time. It doesn't happen until January 22nd, although some reporters have already voted and they've made their picks public. So we know where they are going. Billy Wagner, Todd Helton, Joe Mauer, they're all trending as if they're going to get in. So I had this argument, if you will, with Kevin Elliott, buddy from high school. We've reconnected. As you all know, Angie's Angles is all about purity. I am a purist when it comes to the game of baseball. That's why Gary Sheffield, Carlos Beltran, A-Rod, Manny Ramirez, to an extent, Andy Pettit, will never see the light of day of being nominated into the Hall of Fame like the greats have. Now, they might get in on the Veterans Committee down the road once they expire with the eligibility. But I feel like that's a backdoor entry into the Hall of Fame. They might as well use the janitor's entrance, if you know what I mean. Pardon me, I'm dealing with post-surgery tickle in the back of my throat. My surgery is progressing very well. My voice has not recovered. I'm hoping by the time that baseball season rolls around, I'll be able to go on my rants. I'll have enough. My lungs are good. It's not that I lack the stamina, but the voice is just not there. And sometimes it's a little painful. I can't hit the deep or the high notes. So I apologize for that. So let me go through. A couple of people have sent in their nominations. Mr. McGowan has voted in the following people. He's voted in Billy Wagner, Gary Sheffield, and it's going to be funny. There's a trend here, and this was my sleeper pick. And my good friend Kevin actually lit up my eyes about a couple of things, believe it or not. I'm going to pull up. Give me a moment. I'm just going to pull up Bobby Abreu real quick because so Mr. McGowan had Wagner, Sheffield, Abreu, Pettit, Helton, and Beltran. Nick Troiano put in Beltran, Wagner, Pettit. I'm sorry, Nick did Beltran, Wagner, Pettit, Beltran, Abreu, and Helton. Now, hey, Terry, how are you? Terry, I hope your mom's feeling better. We're going to be praying for her, Terry. So I hope she's doing better. And hope you guys are doing well. So Bobby Abreu, let's talk about Bobby Abreu. You're going to be a little surprised with Bobby Abreu, in my humble opinion. And let me get another piece of paper out because I did my homework. That's good to hear that she's doing much better. I'm very happy to hear that, Terry. So Bobby Abreu, and this might come as a surprise. Let's count it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons in an 18-year career of 100 RBIs or more. That is quite the impressive stat. 8 years of 100 plus RBIs or more for one Bobby Abreu. So these are my picks. I don't understand why Todd Helton hasn't been inducted into a Hall of Fame. He absolutely belongs there. I don't care if he played in Coors Field or the Sandlot. He was the premier offensive first baseman for many years. This is his 6th year of eligibility. Todd Helton, and let me just give you his 162 games stat for you. Todd Helton, on 162 game average, 101 runs, 182 hits, 43 doubles, 27 home runs, 101 RBIs with a 316 batting average. If Scott Rowland could get into the Hall of Fame, Todd Helton's numbers blow Scott Rowland way out of the water. And don't even get me started on Jeff Kent, who missed out on the Hall of Fame. And that was a travesty. And the reason that Jeff Kent didn't get in is because he wasn't warm and fuzzy. And that shouldn't be a reason, because maybe he didn't talk to this writer or he didn't talk to that writer. He punched the time clock. He came in and left everything on the field. He punched the time clock and he went home. But Jeff Kent is arguably the best offensive second baseman ever to play the game. Jeff Kent had a 500 slugging percentage. 500. And not one of these guys minus, and and you're going to find this very interesting. The current guys that are up for induction this year. Todd Holliday had a 510 slugging. Todd Helton had a 539 slugging. And Gary Sheffield had a 514 slugging. Now let's talk about Gary Sheffield. I'm going to give you his stats. 162 game average, 103 runs, 169 hits, 29 doubles, 32 home runs, 105 RBIs, and a 292 batting average. Career 162 average. Now, Gary Sheffield, by far, a very prominent, prodigious offensive player. But here's where Gary Sheffield makes the mistake. And there's an integrity clause that the Baseball Writers of America Association needs to follow. You have to have a high level of integrity when you play the game of baseball at the Major League Baseball level. And Gary Sheffield is documented, has said it when he was with Milwaukee. He purposely made errors. He goes, yeah, if I threw the ball away and made an error, so what? I didn't care. I wanted out of Milwaukee. I hated the owner. I hated the team. I hated the general manager. And they didn't care if we won or lost. I wanted out of Milwaukee. Right there, Gary Sheffield gets in. Like I said, go buy yourself a $26 ticket, Gary Sheffield. You don't belong anywhere near the Hall of Fame with a plaque. Now, I've seen that Mr. McGowan and Nick Triano both voted for one Carlos Beltran. Sorry, the integrity clause kicks in for Carlos Beltran. He cheated. He was the mastermind, or one of them, on the Houston Astros with the garbage can banging to let the batter at the plate know what pitch was coming. He cheated the game. He's just as guilty, just as corrupt as the guys like Rodriguez and Manny Ramirez with the steroids and the Barry Bonds. He cheated the game, and Beltran never will see the day of light of having a plaque in there, unless, of course, he gets in doing the Veterans Committee, and I think that's just charity. If you get in via the Veterans Committee, it doesn't count. So that's funny. So Mark, let me put that up. That's what I think. So Mark Brooks says, weird I am. I put the Hall of Famers in all of my kids' names. Aaron, Robinson, Palmer, Brooks, Page, Morgan, and Addie. So that's very interesting, Mark. I, too, named one of my sons after a Hall of Famer. My second son, Ryan, was named after Nolan Ryan. My son Ryan was born in 1999, the same year that Nolan Ryan was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I think it was a travesty, absolute disgusting travesty, that Nolan Ryan was not unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame. That honor belongs to Mariano Rivera, the only Major League Baseball player. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, McMahon, on and on and on, that ever got inducted into the Hall of Fame unanimously. I don't really think it was Mariano Rivera who should have been the first player inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was a very departmentalized position he had. It was a reliever. Right, Dave, you call them the Stankies. I call them the Skankies. Either way you dice it, they suck with a capital S. So here is my pick. And so getting back to my purist, right? I disagreed with the Baseball Writers Association of America to nominate Big Papi on the first ballot. I'm very big. I am very big that you had to be perfect. You had to be a prodigious MLB player. You had to stay away from the integrity clause. You had to be a well-rounded player to get nominated into the Hall in the first ballot, as Big Papi was last year. And I don't think Big Papi carried that torch. Is he a Hall of Famer? Sure. I'm not going to say he isn't, but not a first-round Hall of Famer. So for that purpose, I cannot add Adrian Beltre to the first ballot Hall of Fame inductee. Beltre's number. Let's do that real quick. He had 84 runs, his 162 average, 84 runs, 175 hits, 35 doubles, 26 homers, 94 RBIs, a 286 lifetime batting, 286 career batting average for 162 games. Not impressive. And his on-base percentage was really pretty low at .339. Sure, he had longevity. No problem, Harold. I am tri-statal. Wait, I am tri-interstatal. And my voice is starting to crap out on me. So Adrian Beltre, while he's trending to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Angelo M. Gagliano Sr. cannot vote for him on the first ballot. Next year, I got no problem. He should wait his turn. I mean, explain to me how Todd Helton is in the 6th year of eligibility, and all because the guy, hey, right, Mike, I am quadruple interstatal, and all because Todd Helton spent his entire career in Colorado, should not jeopardize his standing or his output. The guy was a monster. And not only that, he was a very, very fine defensive first baseman. But he is trending upward. So it looks like Todd Helton's going to get in. So without any more hesitation, these are my choices. I vote for Todd Helton, Billy Wagner, and Bobby Abreu. I've got 3. Now, on the thing that I listed on Facebook on the ballot, you're allowed to vote for 10 guys. You don't have to. You can vote for none. You can vote for 1, for 2, up towards 10. Now, these morons, these Baseball Writers Association, Ken Griffey Jr. should have been a unanimous Hall of Fame inductee. The guy's swing was as pure as snow. Ted Williams, not a unanimous Hall of Fame inductee. So understand where I'm coming from, right? To save that honor for Mariano Rivera. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that Mariano should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's got the most saves in the history of the universe. And when the game was on the line, Mariano got the job done. Now Kevin Elliott, again, I'm giving a lot of kudos to Kevin because it's amazing how much knowledge that this guy has at the tip of his fingers. He just spews facts. Do you know, and I'm going to try to pull up here, can you tell me anybody at all, name the top 2 blown save leaders in the history of Major League Baseball? I'm going to give you guys a minute. The top 2. Top 2 guys. I'll give you guys a minute. We're at the 8:50 mark, so we're going to have to push this along a little bit. Any comments? You can Google it if you want. All right, I don't see any replies. So here's what we're going to do. Goose Gossage. Goose Gossage had 310 saves. 310. But he blew 112 saves. And he's the all-time blown leader in the history of Major League Baseball. Followed by Raleigh Fingers, who had 109 blown saves. This came as a shock to me because now Billy Wagner's got like 434 saves. And he's really down low on that blown save list. So why is Billy Wagner in his 9th year of eligibility and not been voted in? I mean, he was a dominant closer. But Goose Gossage had a 3.10 ERA lifetime. Billy Wagner had a 2.31 lifetime ERA. So the reason that Goose Gossage got in is because in the day, if you wore the pinstripes and the skankies or the stankies, like my friend Dave says, you get in. Goose Gossage cannot hold a candle to Billy Wagner, as far as I understand. Yes, Harold, Wagner was an animal, yet he's in his 2nd to last year of eligibility. What is the problem? What is the problem with the Baseball Writers Association of America? And Billy Wagner, thankfully, is trending upward. It looks like he's getting in. Now I'm going to throw you another number out. And this is his 1st year of eligibility. And this is going to blow your mind. And I'll give you this much on this guy. I'm going to give you the numbers. Granted, he only played for 15 years, but 15 years in Major League Baseball is a pretty lengthy career, okay? He had his 162 average, 162, 98 runs, 178 hits, 40 doubles, 27 home runs, 104 RBIs, and a 299 career 162 average batting average. That's Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday. Now he's eligible. This is his 1st year of eligibility. I say he should get in on his 3rd or 4th attempt. But I believe Matt Holliday should be in, but I can't vote for him because, like I said, I'm a purist. While he was an offensive juggernaut, no doubt about it, he wasn't heads and shoulders above his peers to make him eligible for a 1st-year ballot. So Kevin Elliott and I had this argument. And Dave, Mark, Harold, I want to get your input. Nick, my baseball guys. So I think Matt Holliday's a Hall of Famer. And if he goes in his 4th year, his 10th year, he gets inducted. So Kevin's like, well, if you're going to vote for him in 2 through 10 to induct him into the Hall of Fame, why not let him in on the first try? Because I can't. You have to really be 99.9% above everybody else on your first entry. And I don't think Holliday was, but I do believe he belongs. So I'm curious to hear some feedback. I can't wait to post this on some of my pages to get some feedback on this. And by the way, thanks again to Kevin Elliott. For those that caught me, I did a frozen pizza taste test recently this week. I put it on StreamYard on Facebook. And believe it or not, I got like 220 views, which was remarkable. And I didn't even post it anywhere. I just left it on Facebook. Hey, Nick, yeah, I think Matt Holliday has a chance. But I don't think he has a chance this year. Again, I'm sticking to my purist approach, right? All right, we're at the 8:55 mark. I cannot believe this. 8:55, we're already there. Okay, here goes the prayer circle. Harold, we're praying for Dawn Squared, both your wife and your co-worker. You got to give us an update on your co-worker to see how she's doing. Scott Tobias, praying for your mom and your wife and hoping things are resolving themselves and things are going fine. Mark Brooks, praying for your dad and for yourself, my friend. How are those training wheels working out for you? Linda Stein, we're praying for your dad as always, and of course yourself, because I think you're the only other workaholic other than myself working all those 90-hour weeks. Kevin Elliott, as he faces his health challenges. Coach Scala, who 2 weeks ago was gracious enough to give us his time. His wife Yolanda went through a procedure, and she's recovering well. Mr. McGowan, as always, we have your back, sir, as you battle your battle with cancer. Ray Capers, as you continue to rehab from your health issues. My good friend Ray Hughes, as he's going through some personal issues and getting things together on his end over there. The Krause family, who I saw in the parking lot of ShopRite and spent some time with them last night. James and Darcy, as Aubrey faces her fight, she's in remission, and we pray that she stays there. Terry, we're glad to hear that your mom is doing much better. Oh, Mark, I'm sorry that you fell. Oh, my goodness. Mark, I'm going to send you one of those bubbles, those bubble balls. You got to put yourself in it. We got the Krause family. We're going to pray for the Dwyer family as they're facing some sad and bad news about their dog, Remington. Found out that he's got a form of cancer. And Remington is a huge dog. Forgive me, I don't know the breed. Great Danish. Just think of a Great Dane. I'm not sure if he's a Great Dane, but he's a big dog. As you all know, my heart and soul goes into Nilla. So the dogs become part of our family. So we're praying for better days for Remington. And Lonnie Woolman, we included him in our prayers recently. Sad to inform you that his mother-in-law passed away recently. So we extend Angie's Angle's family heartfelt condolences to Lonnie and his family as they mourn the passing of his mother-in-law. And that's the prayer circle for this week. So Harold's telling me that let's put that up there. Harold's telling me that her friend Dawn is putting off her surgeries. She's a little timid about it, but she needs to get it done. And let's pray that God gives her the strength to get it done and make it happen. So the Hall of Fame announcement doesn't come out until January 22nd. So next week, what I'll do is we'll have more Baseball Writers Association of America public knowledge. We'll see the trends. It looks like Beltre's a shoo-in 100%. Not crazy. I'm not going to condemn it. It wouldn't be my choice, but it looks like he's a shoo-in. I'm hoping that Wagner gets in, and I'm definitely hoping that Matt Holliday gets in. I pray that they stay true and they don't induct Gary Sheffield, Alex Rodriguez, or Manny Rodriguez. So we're at day 59. I got a lobby full of friends that I'm going out there. I printed out some ballots for them. They're all going to fill it out. We'll have some of their responses next week. Feel free to DM me, private message me on Facebook. Give me your thoughts on your picks, and we'll definitely We'll announce them next week. Okay, so what would next week be? The 18th. It'll be what? 4 days before the official announcement. As always, I cannot do this without you. I appreciate everybody that takes time out on their busy day. Good night. God bless you. I love you. See you next week.